Ukraine and Russia holding ceasefire talks in Istanbul earlier today. Russia saying it will drastically reduce military operations near Kyiv. The prospect of peace, or at least an end to full-scale armed conflict, in part helping the markets climb higher today. The Nasdaq up nearly 2%, S&P up about 1%. So how should you be positioning yourself for a potential end to the fighting in Ukraine? Now, Guy, we often play out the scenario. If I told you what will happen, tell me what to do, or what will happen days later. We get all sorts of complaints about this. You should have to call it something shorter. It's got to be snappier. But basically, that's what we're telling you. If you knew that there's going to be peace tomorrow, what would the trade be?
It's great. I mean, I like the fact that people are always, adding us on Twitter and stuff about these games. But I'll tell you, the knee jerk on that will be defense stocks will sell off. And listen, we hope that obviously does happen. I think we're all praying for that. But Lockheed Martin will sell off anywhere from 8 to 10% in a knee-jerk fashion. And then people realize, wait a second, Lockheed Martin still trades at a discount to the broader market, probably a discount to its historical self, with the earnings growth to back it up. And countries won't make the same mistake twice. You saw the announcement out of Germany a few weeks ago. So I think if that were to happen, you buy Lockheed Martin on the inevitable pullback it will see.
Karen, you actually came up with this.
Yes.
I don't want to call it game.
Right.
But this idea of trying to figure out, of gaming out, if peace were declared in some shape or form, what would you do?
The peace trade, and I was talking to Natalie at EC about this, Peace Train. I'm like, you know the song. She didn't know the song. She never heard of the song. That was kind of amazing to me. Anyway, for mine, I mean, I would look wheat today. Wheat was down a lot. I think that the knee-jerk, what Guy talked about, the knee-jerk reaction might not be the right thing in the long run. But obviously, energy down, oil down, even though I think we're going to continue to export to Europe, and I think we'll drill more than we were. I think oil is going to be down. And I think some European bounce. So some of the airlines, like a Delta that has more exposure. Then the last thing, I looked at the DAX. I thought this would be great for Germany. The DAX is already completely round-tripped since the day before the invasion. So I wouldn't do that.
Dan?
Oh, me. I might look, you just said something about, Delta transports. I would look at a FedEx. I would look for stuff that's like deep value right now that's being negatively impacted by some of the supply chain issues, some of the inflationary issues as it relates to inputs. And FedEx kind of fits in that bucket here. I know that there's news about Fred Smith stepping down, and that's sad. He was a great CEO for a very long time, but this company might start to take a different course. It trades well below market multiple, expected to maybe have, double-digit EPS growth, mid-single digits revenue growth. Maybe you get some improving margins here. And I think this is a big Tim name. Maybe it's a big Karen name. This would be one that if we have a more peaceful world, a world that's coming out of a pandemic, this was a name that I think you would look for value to growth.
Yeah. Tim?
Transports have been rocking. He's right. 10,000 Maniacs did a great cover of Peace Train, Natalie Merchant. And I would buy the same things I was buying when Russia invaded Ukraine, because, again, on peace announcement, you're going to see oil pull back. You're going to see uranium pull back. And don't fall asleep on gold. So I've said this. I'll continue to say it. I think the way the U.S. government and central bank and Treasury control other central banks is not something they enjoy. Gold will continue to be diversification. There is inflation. Uranium projects are going to continue to come online. And the structural issues around oil and the investment and also energy at less than 4% of the weighting in the S&P is going higher, folks. It was 16 at its peak when oil prices were this high. And I think for the trade, but also for the investment in energy, these are your peace trades.